Hey there, math students. Today we're going to be doing some one-step equations in context. What does that mean? That means word problems! Yay! So I'm going to give you a few examples and then you're going to do your assignment. When you do your assignment, make sure that you know you only have to do the odd-numbered problems. Okay, so here is our example number 1. Don't feel like you have to write the whole thing down on your paper that you got out to take notes on, but it would be a great idea if you just kind of like write down the key bits of information. I'll be underlining that on my notes here. So let's read it. Example 1. A discounted concert ticket. So discounted, that means like it's on sale, it's cheaper, like you had a coupon or something. A discounted concert ticket is $14.50 less than the original price. Okay, $14.50 less than. That's what I'm going to underline. Let's keep going. You pay $53 for a discounted ticket. So you pay $53 right there. What is the original price? Okay, so let's just think about what we have here. You just paid $53 for a discounted ticket. So that's the cheaper version of the ticket. The original price of the ticket would definitely be higher than that $53. How much higher than the $53 would it be? $14.50 higher, right? So what you can do to find the answer here is $53. That's like what you paid, right? And then should we add or subtract or multiply or divide that $14.50? Let's add it. That's right. $14.50. And what is that going to give us? Let me write it this way really quick. So 3 plus 4 is 7, 5 plus 1 is 6, and then there is still the 50. So you can ignore all that. That's going to give us $67.50 for the price of your new ticket. Now you want to make sure you write it with units. In this case, we're talking about money. So all you have to do is write a dollar sign there and $67.50. Let me move that. There we go. Now let's write it a different way that uses an equation with a variable. We're still going to get the same answer, but I want you to see how I would do this. So what is the question here? We are looking for the original price. The thing we're looking for is what we're going to represent with a variable. So original price, because we're talking price, I'm going to call the variable P. So when I write P down in my equation, that P is standing for the original price. So we know if you had the original price, P, but if we discount it, are we going to add to it or subtract from it? We're going to subtract from it. We're marking $14.50 off of that original price. And then after you mark $14.50 off, what is the new price? That is $53. Okay, so now when you look at this, you can be like, oh, now that's a one-step equation. All I have to do to get P by itself is add $14.50 to both sides. And then you're going to get the same answer. You're going to get P. Let me see if I can keep that on screen there. Nope. Haha. Okay, there we go. P is going to equal $67.50 either way that you do it. So this is more the equation style. It's going to be useful as you go on through 8th grade math, 9th grade math. Is it required right now? No, it is not. It's just something for you to kind of play around with and to be thinking through. So you have just kind of like the logic style or the equation style. Both have the same answer. Make sure you put those units either way. I shouldn't have really circled that one. That's what I should have circled. There we go. Okay, let's do another example. All right. Example 2. Your friend's final bowling score is 105. Okay, your friend's final score is 105. You hit down 14 more pins than your friend. Okay, so whatever they hit down, which was 105, you hit 14 more down than them. And then the question is, what is your bowling score? So let's just think through it logic style again. Your friend scored 105, and you got 14 more points than your friend. So what did you get? It looks like we should add those numbers together, shouldn't we? So 105 plus 14 is going to equal 119 for your final bowling score. So what would I put with units? I guess you would put, I don't know, 119 points? I don't bowl a lot, guys, so if you know otherwise than this, you can let me know, send me a message. But I'm just going to go with 119 points, or 119 for the final score. Now, if we're going to do it as an equation, let's see. You could do, what is your bowling score? You know, I feel like this is the best equation that we could do. If we really wanted to do a variable for our bowling score, you could just do 105 plus 14 equals, let's use S for a variable, equals S. But then it's just the same solution process. So I don't know if that's that useful there. But definitely using logic and always going back and making sure that the answer you give makes sense is the key. So here, to making sure it makes sense, you knocked down 119 and your friend knocked down 105. So did you knock down 14 more than your friend? Yeah. Your score should be more than your friend's, and you got that, so you're good. Let's go to example 3. Okay. The Josh, Jack, and Jen sold their dog's puppies. That doesn't make sense. Sorry. Let's just make it Josh, Jack, and Jen sold their dog's puppies. They split the money they made between the 3 of them. Okay, so they split the money between the 3 of them. Then they had $12 each in the end. Each had $12. How much money did they make from selling the puppies? Okay, that's the question. How much money? So since we're talking about money, let's use an M. Now, if you wanted to use an X or a Y, that's perfectly fine. I'm just using an M because I feel like it. Okay, so they sold a bunch of puppies, and then they split the money 3 ways, and in the end, they had $12. So if you're splitting something 3 ways, like imagine you're splitting a pizza 3 ways, you're going to divide it into thirds, right? Same thing with money. If you had $60 and you needed to split it 3 ways, you'd divide it by 3 and each person would get $20. We don't know how much money they had, but we do know how much money they ended up with. So let's take however much money they started with. We don't know that value, but we're going to call it M. We're going to take that starting amount and we're going to divide it by 3, like this. M divided by 3. And then on the other side of the equal sign, we're going to put however much money they ended with, which we know. That's $12. And now we have a nice little one-step equation. How do we get rid of the 3? We're going to multiply through times 3 on both sides. This one cancels, and you're going to be left with M equals 36. So we believe our final answer is $36. Let's just read back through the problem and make sure this makes sense. So let's see, we have these 3 people, and they sold all their dog puppies, and we think they made $36. Then they're dividing it up 3 ways, so 36 divided by 3 is 12, and they each wound up with $12. Okay, we talked through it. It looks like we got it right. So that is our final answer. So I have a few problems for you. They're all over here in our one-step problems. I'm asking you again just to do the odd problems. And if you want to write an equation for them, great, but don't feel like you have to, okay? If you just get the right answer, that is enough. And if you put units with it, that is really, really good. Okay, let me know if you have questions. Join you for a study session if you want. Again, our study sessions are Mondays at 11 and Wednesdays at 2. Bye, you guys.